Hello and welcome to The Rock in Westfield, Indiana. My name is Jack Russell with Hometown Television, and tonight we had a doubleheader with the first round with the girls' game going to Westfield as Westfield Lady Shamrocks beat the IHSAA Royals in the first game. Now comes the second, which is the boys Shamrocks taking on the boys IHSAA. And again, we're here at The Rock. Want to take a look at the Hoosier Crossroads standings. As of today, we've got Zionsville sitting out top at 8-2 and 1-0 in the conference. Brownsburg in second with 3-8 and 1-0 in the conference. Hamilton Southeastern 2-0 and 9-5 on the season. Fishers 1-1. Noblesville 1-1 in conference play. Westfield 0-2 in conference play. So as they get the banner out, and again, if anyone just joining us, you'll see a lot of pink out there tonight. It's Breast Cancer Awareness Night here at The Rock. The first game, all pinked out tonight. Here for the boys' game, all pinked out. Great cause, great time here tonight. Packed house. It is so great to see the community of Westfield out here and the community of Fishers, IHSAA here tonight, packing the Rock tonight for what should be a great game. Want to take a look here at Hamilton Southeastern, their last three games. Back in December, they had a big win against South Bend, Washington, winning 76-57. Since then, they've won against Lawrence Central 64-58, and most recently, a loss of 66-68 to Warren Central in a close one. Want to take a look here at Westfield, 3-7 on the season. One of their biggest games that they've won this year came just a couple days ago against Carmel, winning and beating Carmel 40-36. I can tell you this, that is a huge game. We've seen a couple games this year on Hometown Television. Carmel, a great, hard-fought team, and for Westfield to come out and get a victory, they are probably on cloud nine, really excited about it. But what can they do? Can they take down Carmel and take down IHSAA, or will IHSAA find a way to get a win here at The Rock tonight? So 3 minutes until the opening tip-off. Lights are getting a little darker here. Student section is filling up. And when we were on break here, one of the great things that we got to see here before the players come out was breast cancer survivors were introduced and acknowledged here. And, you know, that I've had a grandmother with breast cancer. I'm sure a lot of you have some friend or family that's had breast cancer, and it's just great to see the community donating time and donating the energy to acknowledge such a great organization and helping support such a great cause here tonight. So again, we had our first game of the doubleheader where Westfield Lady Shamrocks took home the victory, going to 8-2 on the season, wearing the pink jerseys, and the boys will wear pink jerseys here tonight as well. The chance starting here at The Rock. Want to also take a look here real fast. Points per game, 43.9 for the Westfield Shamrocks. And here come the Westfield Shamrocks. And again, 43.9 points per game for the Shamrocks, shooting a field goal percentage of 40%. And of course, we have this Hamilton Southeastern averaging 57.5 points per game and 42% from the field. Great atmosphere here tonight. Want to take a look here as well as some key players. Some of the key players to watch tonight. Number 33 for the Shamrocks, Charlie Warner, averaging 15.3 points per game. And on the other side for Hamilton Southeastern, averaging 18.8 points per game. Number 42, the captain, Zach Gunn. So those will be our key players of the game to watch tonight. And as the Royals come out here, I want to thank our sponsors here for tonight. We would like to give a special thanks to all of our Hometown Television sponsors, those being Smith Jewelers, Community Health Network, Church Hiddle and Antrim, Ivy Tech Community College, Indiana Restoration Services, Logan Street Signs and Banners, Noblesville Trophies, and the Wofford Theater. And throughout the game tonight, during timeouts and during breaks, I will make sure to highlight some of our sponsors here tonight, give you a quick highlight of each and every one of them, and ways that you can contact them via phone or internet. So we go through the lineups here. We're going to do the starting lineups and the national anthem. I want to look at some of the key players here tonight. Another key player for the HSC Royals is going to be number 15 here for the Royals, which is Greg Miller, one of the captains, averaging 18.8 points per game. Number 23 as well, Connor Rotterman number is 9.8 points per game. And on the other side, looking at the Shamrocks, again, like I had said before, Charlie Warner averaging 15.3 points per game. And then, of course, number 23, Jonah Welch, averaging 6.9. And number 30, Ian Christensen, averaging 6.9. So those are going to be three key players in tonight's matchup to take a look at. We've got HSC with a little bit more size than the Shamrocks, but when it comes to the three-point shooting, the Shamrocks are one of the top and one of the best in the state. But we'll see what the Shamrocks can do off of a huge win against Carmel, see if they can build off of that momentum. And HSC coming off a tough loss against Warren Central, but they'll be ready to play here tonight. As the lights get darker with 45 seconds left, we're going to do introductions. And again, this is Jack Russell with Hometown Television at the Rock tonight, Westfield High School, as the Westfield Shamrocks take on the Hamilton Southeastern Royals.
Good evening once again, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Westfield High School for our 6th annual Play for the Cure Peacock game between the visiting Royals of Hamilton Southeastern and your Westfield Shamrocks. The Virginia Crossroads Conference supports and promotes positive sportsmanship. The conference has a traveling trophy awarded at the end of each contest season to the HCC member school that, in the opinion of the coaches and athletic directors, best exemplifies the definition of sportsmanship. Sportsmanship is defined as conduct and attitude appropriate for sports, especially relating to fair play, courtesy, and the ability to win or lose graciously. Schools are selected with the following criteria in mind: sportsmanship of athletes, coaches, fans, and administrative hospitality. We look forward to a great night of competition with this sportsmanship definition in mind. The current HCC school holding the traveling sportsmanship trophy from the fall season of 2015 is Noblesville High School. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we ask everyone to please rise. Gentlemen, remove your caps, and please direct your attention to the flag at the north end of the gymnasium as we honor all of our veterans, all of those serving our nation at home and overseas, and we honor America as the Westfield Pet Band performs the national anthem. Miller. A 6-foot senior, number 20, J.D. Embry. A 6'1" junior, number 23, Hunter Rodman. A 6'6" junior, number 42, Zach Gunn. And a 6'7" sophomore, number 44, Brennan Schofield. And now, here are your rocks. Starting at guard, a 5'11" senior, number 20, Kyle Nicole. A 6'3" junior at guard, number 23, Jonah Welch. Number 30, Ian Richardson. A 6'4" senior forward, number 21, Robbie Lynch. And complete lineup, he's a senior, he's 6'5", number 33, Charlie Woodard. Your Rocks are led by head coach Shane Sumner.
And with that introduction, we are ready to play some Hoosier Crossroads Conference basketball. The place is loud tonight as the Westfield Shamrocks take on the Hamilton Southeastern Royals. I'm Jack Russell, and we are here tonight for Hometown Television to bring you what has been a very, very exciting atmosphere here tonight. And again, to go over the lineups, number 20, Kyle Nicole for the Westfield Shamrocks. 21, Robbie Lynch. 23, Jonah Welch. 30, Ian Christensen. 33, Charlie Warner. And on the other side, you have number 15, Greg Miller. Number 20, Javonovan Bembry. Number 23, Connor Rotterman. Number 42, Zach Gunn. And number 44, Brendan Schofield. And here comes the opening tip. Westfield gets the ball first. Gets it over to Christensen. Christensen to Nicole. Nicole over to Warner. Warner over to Nicole. Nicole over to Christensen for three, no good. It's going to stay Westfield ball. Nicole inbound. 5-second violation. It's going to go to the Royals. So Rotterman to inbound. Bembry to bring the ball up the floor. Bembry setting up the offense. Looks down low. Gets it to Gunn. Gunn drives. Blocked by two Shamrocks into out of bounds. Shamrock ball. Great defense by the Shamrocks. HSE showing pressure. Nicole bringing the ball up the floor. Just want to let everybody know the senior section sitting in front of the camera this evening. So that'll mean that we won't get as close as we can get on that end. But when we do get to the other side of the ball, we can get closer. Just so everyone knows, watching at home. Foul in the play. Jonah Welch shooting 2. First one, no good. Second one is good. First points of the game. Bembury brings the ball up the floor, setting up the offense. Quickly over to Miller. Miller back to Bembury. Down screen over to Roderman. Roderman looks, gets it over to Gunn. Gunn for a long 3, and it's good. Zach Gunn with the 3-pointer. Nicole with the ball. Kyle Nickel looks, gets it over to Welch. Welch drives, no good. Pass into Miller. Miller to Gunn. Gunn for another long 3, no good. Rebound by number 30, Christensen. Christensen, lob pass to Lynch, and it's out of bounds. Inbound to Bembury. Bembury bringing the ball up the floor, setting up the offense. Over to Schofield. Schofield looks, doesn't see it, gets over back to Bembury. Bembury down to Gunn. Gunn posts up, and it's good. Good post move by Gunn. Nickel, number 20, Nickel looks, sets up the offense, gets it over to Warner. Warner looking for the shot. Pump fakes, gets it back out to Nickel. Nickel looks, trying to get down the low block. Drives, no good. Rebound by Gunn. Gets it over to Miller. Miller down to Roderman. Roderman drives, no good. Back over to Christensen. Christensen and Nickel. Nickel drives, dishes it back out, gets it to Lynch. Lynch decides not to shoot. And Christensen holds the ball. Slowing it down a little bit. Nickel looks. High ball screen, not there. Gets it back out to Christensen. Christensen over to Welch. Welch drives it down to Christensen, and it's good. So Bembury with the ball. Over to Miller. Miller to Bembury. Setting up the offense. Back to Miller. Gunn on low pro. Schofield with the down ball screen. Over to Roderman. Roderman drives, kicks it out to Gunn. Gunn in the corner, no good. It's going to be a hold on Schofield. It's going to be Shamrock ball. So Christensen to inbound. Christensen inbounds to Nickel. Guarded by Bembury. Getting it up the floor. Out into Christensen. Christensen at the top of the key. Gets it back out to Nickel. Nickel looks. Down to Christensen. Shot. No good. It's going to be on the floor. Nickel. Baseline. Nickel looks. Inbounds to Lynch. Lynch over to Warner. High ball screen. Still looks. Shoots the 3, no good. They're going to call foul on Lynch. It's going to be HSC ball. Miller to inbound to Smith. Smith brings the ball up the floor. Setting up the offense. Gets it over to Schofield. Schofield has the ball. Gets it over to Miller. Miller back to Smith. Smith gets it over to Rotterman. Rotterman tries to drive, it's not there. Gunn drives, it's the charge! On Gunn, it's going to be Shamrock ball. So Christensen to inbound, Smith with the pressure. Nickel gets the ball in. Smith putting the pressure on Nickel. Nickel going to call the reach in on Smith for the Royals.
On Royals, number 30, Noah Smith, his first team fifth.
Inbound to Nickel. Over to Warner. Back. Christensen no good. Gets his own rebound. Back up again, and it's a foul. Ian Christensen going to the line, shooting 2. Couple substitutions here. So Christensen, it's up, and it's no good. Quick substitution by the Royals. Schofield headed to the bench. Into the game, number 45, Jay Tapler. Christensen shooting one more. It's up. No good on the second. Lynch tries to get the offensive rebound, and it goes out of bounds. Royal ball. Gunn to inbound. Smith brings the ball up the floor. Gets it to Miller. Miller looks back to Gunn. Looks to the cross court, doesn't get it to Smith. Looking below post, doesn't see it. Gunn gives it back to Smith. Smith drives, kicks it out to Miller. Miller looking for the three, doesn't take it. Back over to Rotterman. Rotterman setting up the offense. Over to Smith. Tapler on the low post. Blocked by number 23. Rebound by Smith again. Blocked there by Welch, but nice putback by Miller. Welch drives over to Warner. Warner to Christensen. Christensen to Nickel. Lynch with the ball. Back over to Welch. Welch drives. No good. Rebound. Oh, there's going to be a foul there on Christensen. Looks like the rebound goes to number 23, Connor Rotterman. So HSE with the ball. Down to Miller. Miller over to Gunn. Gunn back to Rotterman. Rotterman top of the key. Looks low post. Doesn't see it. Back to Gunn. Rotterman drives. Looking for help. Gets it over to Smith. Smith kicks it over to Rotterman in the corner. Rotterman back to Smith. Miller at the top of the key. Down to Gunn. Gunn shoots. No good. Rebound by HSE. Miller. Oh. Warner looking for the block. Gets called for the foul. So Miller will shoot 2. 1:59 left to play in the first. 7-3, HSE leads. Great defensive effort by both sides here in the first. Miller's first one is good. Substitution into the game, HSE number 3, Jack Davison. Coming out of the game here is number 23, Connor Rotterman. Miller substitution here. Substitution, Nickel coming out of the game. Substitution for number 15, Josh Van Dyke. And another substitution here. Number 34 for the Shamrocks into the game, Sawyer Olson. Miller's second one is no good. They're going to call over the back on Welch. Going to be HSE ball still. So HSC, Davidson to inbound. Christensen needing some medical attention real fast. Looks like he maybe has a cut of some sort. So Lynch into the game. Davidson looks, kicks it back out to Smith. Smith setting up the offense. High ball screen by Tapler. Tapler not open, so gets to Miller. Miller to Davidson. Davidson looks back to Miller. Miller drives, shoots, and it's good. So the Shamrocks bringing the ball up the floor. Van Dyke with the ball, setting up the offense here. High pick Warner. Miscommunication there, and it's going to be HSC ball. 1:29 left to play in the first. 10-3. HSC leads. Smith with the ball. Gets it over to Etherington. It's going to be Westfield ball. And for those of you that have watched basketball through the years, that is another Etherington, Aaron Etherington. Both his brothers play at Indiana State University and Butler University. So freshman here, one of the freshman Etheringtons. Van Dyke. And it's good. Sawyer with the point. So Smith with the ball. Smith over to Davidson. Davidson looks over to Gunn. Gunn not there. Etherington looks. Gets it out to Tapler. Tapler for foot on the line, so 2, but no good. Lynch with the ball. Gives it to Van Dyke. Van Dyke sets the ball up the top of the key. Over to Welch. Welch tries to dish it back out, and it's a charging call on Welch. And it's going to be HSC ball. Sloppy play here a couple times down the floor for the Westfield Shamrocks. 36 seconds left in the first. So Smith with the ball. Just letting the clock wind down. 25 seconds left in the first. 10-5 HSC lead. $15. 12. 9 seconds left. Gunn with the high ball screen. Rolls to Smith. Smith looks, gets to Davison. 3, 2, no good. And that's the end of the first. And at the end of one, we have a lead. HSE leads 10-5. So quickly here in our break here after the end of the first quarter, want to highlight one of our sponsors here this evening, Smith's Jewelers. Smith's Jewelers has been serving Hamilton County, including Noblesville, Fishers, Westfield, and Carmel for over 65 years. Many jewelry stores have come and gone, yet Smith's remains. If one were to ask how and why, the answer would be our outstanding jewelry selection and customer service. The knowledgeable staff at Smith's Jewelers is eager to give our customers a memorable and positive experience. You can contact them at 317-773-3383 or visit them online at www.smithsonthesquare.com. And throughout the night, we will be highlighting some of our sponsors this evening. But we do also want to thank Community Health Network, Church Hiddle and Antrim, Ivy Tech Community College, Indiana Restoration Services, Logan Street Signs and Banners, Noblesville Trophies, and the Wofford Theater. So HSC has the ball. Etherington to inbound. The inbound is to Davidson. Davidson to set up the offense. Looks to Miller. Off-ball screen. Back to Davidson. Davidson with the travel, and it's going to be Westfield ball. So Warner with the ball. Out to Van Dyke. Van Dyke back to Warner. Warner looks, gets it back to Van Dyke. Van Dyke looks, gets it back to Warner. Pump fake, doesn't see it. Gets it down to Lynch. Lynch pump fakes, drives, and he gets the foul. Lynch shooting 2. Shooting one more. And it's up. And it's good. 10-7, HSE leads. Smith brings the ball up the floor. Smith drives, kicks it back out to Davidson. Davidson looks, setting up the offense, gets it back to Miller. Miller looking for the open person, finds Davidson. Low block Tapler. Tapler shoots, no good. Jump ball, possession arrow goes to the Shamrocks. Here comes pressure by Southeastern. Warner in to get the inbound. Warner brings the ball up the floor. Warner looks, gets it over to Welch. Welch back over to Olsen. Olsen to Van Dyke. Van Dyke looks, trying to get something going. Van Dyke gets it over to Welch. Welch down low to Warner. Warner for 2, no good. But Warner keeps it for 3, no good again. Smith brings the ball up the floor. Gets it over to Etherington. Etherington down low to Miller. And he travels. Gunn back into the game for Tapler. 6:27 left to play. 10-7 HSE leads. Lynch inbounds to Van Dyke. Davidson showing pressure. Van Dyke gets in, and they're going to call a push call. Pushing. So foul on Davidson. That puts Westfield into the bonus. Shooting 1-on-1. Van Dyke's first one is good, barely. Second one on the way. It's up, and the second one's good. 10-9, HSE lead. Smith bringing the ball up the floor. Smith over to Davidson. Davidson over to Etherington. Etherington over to Miller. Miller drives, shoots. Going to be shooting 2. Foul on Warner. Got to be careful. Warner, one of the leading scorers, 15.3 points per game. Got to be careful here. So Miller going to the line, shooting 2. First one's up, and it's good. Second one on the way. Second one's up, and it's good. Westfield, Van Dyke with the ball. HSE showing pressure. Van Dyke trying to get across. Warner back over to Van Dyke. Van Dyke, quick pass over to Olsen. Olsen back to Warner. Warner looks, gets it to Van Dyke. Again, HSE showing pressure. Warner back to Van Dyke. Van Dyke cross court over to Welch. Tries to squeeze a pass in there, and it's a turnover. Smith trying to also squeeze a pass in there to Davidson, and it's another turnover. Both high-tempo teams, so you'll see that a lot here tonight. Van Dyke over to Olsen. Olsen looks over to Van Dyke. Back to Olsen again. HSE showing pressure. Gets it to Warner. Warner for 3, and it's good! They say it's a 2-pointer. So Warner for 2. Smith to Miller. Miller drives, kicks it back out to Smith. Smith pump fakes, drives, shoots, and it's good. Great play by number 30, Noah Smith on the play. HSE again showing pressure. Lynch looks, back to Warner. Back over to Van Dyke. Van Dyke over to Welch. Welch doesn't see anything, over to Van Dyke. Warner thought about it. Didn't take it. Gets over to Lynch. Lynch pump fakes, gets it to Olsen. Olsen in the lane. It's good. HSE quickly down the floor. Smith looking. Drives. Shoots. No good. Rebound by Olsen. Van Dyke brings the ball up the floor. Quickly looks to Welch. Welch drives. And it's good. Oh, on the floor. See, in the NBA, you're allowed to take about 4 more steps, and then you're good. Oh, they are going to say, they are going to count it. They are going to count it. So they're shooting a 1-and-1 here. So 1-and-1. Caleb Welch to shoot. First one is good. And with that free throw, it brings us to a tie ball game. Substitution. Christensen in for Warner. Welch's second one is up and good. So Bembry back for the Shamrocks. Bembry back to Burns. Burns over, back to Bembry. Cross court to Miller. Trying to feed into the low block, doesn't see it. Bembry driving. Kicks it back out to Roderman. Roderman looks. Doesn't see it, drives, kicks it back out to Miller. And we got a reach-in call by Van Dyke. Got a good game here at the Rock. 4:03 left in the second. 15-14, Shamrocks lead. Roderman to the line. First one's good. Connor Roderman. Second shot is good. Van Dyke to inbound. Gets it over to Christensen. Christensen quickly to Welch. Welch looks. Drives. Shoots no good. Blocked by Gunn. Gets it over to Bembry. Bembry to Roderman. Quickly down the floor. Trying to get to the low post. Doesn't get it. Bembry looks. Drives but kicks it out to Gunn. Gunn behind the back. Pass to Roderman. Roderman for 3. And it's good. 19-15, HSE leads with 3:30 left to play in the second. Van Dyke with the ball. Van Dyke looks, setting up the offense. Gets it over to Christensen. Christensen looks. High ball screen by Olsen. Christensen drives, and there's a foul in play. Foul on number 42, Zach Gunn from the Royals. So Christensen at the line, shooting 2. Christensen's first shot is up, and it's good. Shamrocks taking advantage of the free throw line. Christensen's second shot is up, and it's no good. Rebound by Gunn. Gunn gets it out to Bembry. Quickly down the floor to Miller. Miller drives. No good. Gets his own rebound, and it's good. Olsen quickly trying to get the ball. Over to Christensen. Back over to Van Dyke. Timeout by the Shamrocks. So with 2:59 left to play in the second, HSE leads 21-16. Want to highlight again one of our sponsors this evening, Community Health Network. Community Health is Central Indiana's leader in providing health care services where and when patients need them. With any questions, you may contact Community Health at 317-355-7775 or check them out on their website at www.ecommunity.com. Thank you to all of our sponsors here tonight. Community Health Network, Smith's Jewelers, Church Hiddle and Antrim, Ivy Tech Community College, Indiana Restoration Services, Logan Street Signs and Banners, Noblesville Trophies, and Wofford Theater. So Westfield out of the timeout. Down by 5. Warner back into the game. Also have number 23, Jonah Welch, back into the game. Over to Van Dyke. Van Dyke quickly looks for an opportunity. Double team here. And it's going to be a backcourt violation. HSE ball. Not what you want out of a timeout by any means. So Miller to inbound to Bembry. Bembry looks, setting up the offense. Looks over to Miller. Miller looks. Down ball screen over to Roderman. Roderman for 3, no good. Rebound by Christensen. Over to Van Dyke. Van Dyke quickly down the floor. Quicks it over to Olsen. Olsen kicks it out back to Christensen. Thought about a very long 3, but decided not to. Van Dyke, Bembry with the foul. So we're into the bonus. Van Dyke up and good. Very tight contested ball game here. 21-17 into the game. Number 24, for the Westfield Shamrocks, Caleb Welch. Also into the game, number 20, Kyle Nickel, in for Warner. So Westfield going with a small lineup here. Second one's good by Van Dyke. Smith to bring the ball up the floor for the Royals. Smith looks, gets it to Roderman. Roderman over to Miller. Miller looks. High ball screen by Gunn. Gets it over to Roderman. Gunn on the low block. Looking for the ball, calling for it. Gets it over to Miller. Miller to Smith. Down low to Gunn. It's up and good. And that's what happens with that small lineup. Someone like Gunn, 6'6", 210 pounds, that's definitely going to happen. HSE showing pressure. Nickel picks up his dribble, but still gets it off. 23 in the corner, no good. Rebound by Gunn. 24, Welch. Quick pass. Blocked by number 33, Christensen. Quickly gets the block, brings it down the floor, drives. No good. Rebound by Gunn. Quickly over to Smith. Smith looks, gets it to Miller. Miller drives. Tries the dunk, no good. Roderman, no good. And Olsen with the rebound to Welch. Welch over to Christensen. Christensen to Van Dyke. Van Dyke back to Nickel. Nickel sets up the offense. Gets it over to Welch. Welch high ball screen by Olsen. Looks, doesn't see it. Gets to Christensen. Drives through the lane. It's good! Timeout, Hamilton Southeastern. 56.3 seconds left in the second. 23-20 HSE leads. Want to highlight one of our sponsors this evening, Church Hiddle and Antrim, attorneys at law. From personal injury claims to complex business litigation to divorce cases, Church Hiddle and Antrim protects the rights of individuals, businesses, schools, and government bodies all around Indiana, including Noblesville, Fishers, Maryville, and Tipton. You can contact their office at 317-773-5320 or simply visit their website at www.cchalaw.com. So out of the timeout, Westfield getting some momentum here. Some substitutions. Looks like HSC is going with a bigger lineup versus Westfield's smaller lineup. So Etherington and Tapler into the ball game here. Smith with the ball. Looks, gets it out to Roderman. Roderman looks, crosses it to Gunn. Gunn over to Etherington. Etherington back to Gunn. Gunn for a very long three, and it's good. So Nickel to bring the ball at the floor. 32 seconds left in the second. Nickel looks, lots of pressure from Etherington. And they're going to call a foul on number 21, Aaron Etherington. Nickel to shoot two. And with as many opportunities as the Shamrocks have had, they've really taken advantage of them on the free throw line here tonight. First one's up and good by Nickel. Second one's up. And they're going to call that one off. HSC ball. Looks like one of the Westfield players stepped in the crease. So Miller to inbound. 25 seconds left. HSC will probably hold for the last shot here. Clock down to 15. Eight seconds. Miller drives. Blocked, no good. Foul on the play here. Looks like the foul is going to be on Westfield, number 30, Christensen. So Tapler to shoot two. 5 seconds left. Couple substitutions here. Welch, number 23, Welch into the ball game. Jonah Welch. Number 33, Charlie Warner. You probably hear Welch a lot here on the Westfield side. They have two Welches, the number 23, Jonah Welch, and number 24, Caleb Welch. So Tapler to shoot. First one's up, and it's good. Tapler to shoot one more. 5 seconds left in the second. Tapler's second shot is no good. Christensen over to Nickel. Nickel better look up. And he loses the ball, and that's how we're going to end the half. So at the end of the first half, the Hamilton Southeastern Royals lead the Westfield Shamrocks 27-21. We will be back here shortly. Again, from Hometown Television, I'm Jack Russell, and we will be back for the second half of this game where the HSC Royals take on the Westfield Shamrocks at The Rock.
You know, when Margaret and I decided to sell the old estate here, we had only one choice in signage. Logan Street Signs and Banners. Conveniently not located on Logan Street anymore, but rather located on 10th Street on the south side of Noblesville. Well, we sold the old beauty, and we were able to buy this wonderful estate. And we had so much money left over, I was able to buy this beautiful 1968 Eldorado Cadillac for Margaret. Only 472,000 miles. Margaret loves it because it's got those big seats and that heavy-duty suspension to support her svelte frame. Next time you're looking for signs or banners, call old Jim at Logan Street Signs and Banners, 773-7200. Conveniently not located on Logan Street anymore.
Everyone knows it's easy to find first-run movies in the big theaters. But where can you go to watch your favorite classic movies on the big screen for the perfect night out? Why rent a flick when you can rent the entire theater? Call today to reserve our 32-seat theater for your next event, or just stop by to see what's showing this weekend. 14 by 7 foot screen and the high quality digital surround sound system offers all the amenities you would expect from the big theaters with a laid back atmosphere and comfortable seating of your own home. Wofford Theater at 1744 South 10th Street in Noblesville gives you the classic movies you want with a big theater experience.
From the time she was very little, Taylor loved to play basketball.
My dream was to play basketball in college.
That day, she was having a great game. Then she landed after a rebound. When I saw her, I just felt sick.
I knew right away that I had torn my ACL.
A teammate recommended Shelbourne Knee Center.
Their doctors and physical therapists have taken care of thousands of knees like mine. My dream came true. I'm going to be playing basketball at Huntington University.
Shelbourne Knee Center, now part of Community Health Network.
As your sixth grade boys continue to play, we will introduce them. Number 41, Nolan Cooney. Number 22, Isaac Luce. Number 1, Matt Morris. Number 12, Nathan Yoder. Number 15, Jonah Spinner. Number 55, Sam Russo. Number 25, Ian Brock. Number 5, Joseph Rivera. Number 14, Luke Lewis. Number 2, Alex Wolf. Number 3, Evan Hartlow. Number 4, Max Webster. Number 10, Braden Smith. Number 15, Trey Dorton. Number 22, Micah Hauser. Number 24, Jackson Wasserstrom. Number 34, Cam Hafner. Number 35, Nick DeBeswelly. Number 1, Joe Sawyer. Number 2, Connor Scanlon. Number 3, Will Kelleher. Number 11, Daniel Donahue. Number 13, Trevor Ewing. Number 21, Colin King. Number 23, Garrett Jacobin. Number 35, Jack Pateau. And number 44, Zach Williams. A big round of applause for your 6th grade boys Westfield travel team. Now we'd like to introduce the winners of the Hot Box prizes. The first winner is Andre Hargrove.
So 2 minutes until the opening, until the third quarter begins. Want to let everybody know the girls' game, just in case you missed it earlier, it is now on demand on hctvsports.com. You can go there and watch the whole game there. Also want to let you know, about an hour and a half after this game, the boys' game will be up, and you'll be able to click on the sports section and watch this game as well. Both games have been very good so far. The girls' game was great. Kind of went down to the fourth quarter with, about halfway through, Westfield finally took that lead. But now you look at this game, 27-21. Depending on how the second half goes, you may want to watch it again. So please, again, HCTV Sports on demand for the girls' game is already on there, ready to go. And about an hour and a half after the completion of this game, we'll have it on our channel as well. So first half, 27-21, minute until the third quarter. A big thing here tonight is the size of HSE. At one point, you had 3 of the big men for HSE versus a smaller lineup for Westfield, and that's, you look at Westfield's size all across the board. One of probably the tallest player on the team is Warner. When he is not on the court, then of course Christensen. But when you take a look at HSE, you've got Tapler, Gunn, Etherington, Schofield. Those are some big players there, and that's been one of the deciding factors is how Westfield will maintain the give and go and how Westfield will maintain the defense on the low block. That'll be interesting to see in this second half. And we're about 5 seconds away from the third quarter. Again, 27-21, HSE leads. So Miller to inbound for the Royals. Bembry with the ball. Over to Roderman. Roderman looks over to Miller. Miller down low to Schofield. Schofield back to Roderman for 3. No good. Got a pushing call on the Royals. It's going to be Shamrock's ball. Christensen to inbound. Bembry showing pressure. Nickel with the ball, brings it up the floor. Looking for Welch, not there, looks for Warner. Warner for 3, no good. Rebound by Bembry. Bembry quickly down the floor, over to Roderman. Roderman looks, goes baseline. Not there. Rebound intercepted by Christensen. Christensen drives, kicks it out to Warner. Double team to Christensen. Christensen drives. Foul on the play by Schofield. It's going to be 2 shots for Christensen. Christensen to the line to shoot 2. First one's up and good. Second one on the way. Christensen's second is good. Brings the lead down to 4. Rotterman to inbound. Gunn receives the inbound. Gunn brings the ball to the floor. Gets it over to Rotterman. Rotterman looks. Waits to set up the offense. Back to Gunn. Gunn looks quickly back to Rotterman. Decides to drive. Doesn't see it. Again, sets up the offense. Looks for an opportunity. Gunn. Gunn quickly over to Bembry. Bembry down a low pass to Schofield. Foul on the floor. Foul's going to be on number 21, Lynn. Bembry to inbound. Quickly to Miller. Miller shoots. No good. Rebounds by Miller. Leans in, gets the foul. Foul on Christensen. Miller going to the line to shoot 2. Miller taking a lot of opportunities tonight to get to the stripe, and he has really done a great job at the free throw line tonight. Miller for his first free throw. It's up. No good. I'm pretty sure that's what you call jinxing somebody, and I apologize for that. So Miller to shoot the second. It's on the way, and it's good. Nickel to inbound. HSC shows pressure. Lynch back to Nickel. Nickel quickly over to Welch. Welch looks, gets it back to Nickel. HSC's pressure. Gets it to Warner, and it's good. Quickly down the floor. Bembry to Miller. Back to Bembry. Miller looking to shoot. Drives baseline. Kicks it out to Schofield. Schofield for 3. No good. Rebound by Nickel. Quickly down the floor come the Shamrocks. Over to Warner. Has an opportunity. Doesn't take it. Goes baseline to Welch. Welch quickly to Olsen. Olsen back to Welch for 3. It's good! Welch for 3. 28-28. 6 minutes left in the third. So Bembry to Rotterman. Rotterman out to the Gun. Back over to Miller. Gets it to Rotterman. Rotterman drives. Foul on the play. Shooting 2. And again, anybody joining us, just want to let everybody know you'll see a lot of pink out there tonight supporting breast cancer awareness game here tonight at the Rock. Rotterman's first one's good. As we found out going through the girls game and the boys game, this is actually the 6th annual Westfield Breast Cancer Awareness Night. That's great. They had lots of door prizes and silent auctions. It's a great time here tonight in Westfield. Rotterman's second one is good. Refs discussing potentially something wrong with maybe the scoreboard. They're pointing up to the rafters. Not sure exactly what they're looking at. They're probably telling Bill Davis that we can't see the brand new football field from inside. I think everything's good to go here. So Welch is going to inbound to Nickel. Bembry with pressure. Nickel drives, kicks it out to Welch. Welch quickly to Warner. Warner pump fakes it, and a foul on Tapler. Warner going to line, shooting 2. So Warner to the line. First one's up, and it's good. Second one on its way. Also good. Again, 30-30, 5:35 left to play in the third. Miller over to Gunn. Gunn over to Rotterman. Rotterman drives baseline. Shoots. No good. Got a foul on the play. Looks like the foul may be on Olsen. Yes, it's going to be on Olsen. It's his second. Gunn to inbound. Gunn looks, gets to Tapler. Tapler quickly over to Bembry. Bembry looks, gets it into Tapler, and it's knocked away. Nickel with the ball. Nickel quickly over to Welch. Welch drives baseline, doesn't get it. Gets it, tries to get it to Nickel, no good. Bembry with the steal. Quickly down the floor comes Bembry to Miller. Miller drives. He gets the foul, going to go to the line. So Miller to the line, shooting 2. First one's up, no good. Second one for Miller. Second on its way, no good. Rebound by Nickel. 30-30, 5 minutes left to play in the third. Nickel looks, gets it over to Warner. Warner quickly high screen by Olsen. Olsen up top, another high screen for Nickel. Nickel looks over to Olsen. Looking low post, doesn't see it. Nickel looks, sets up the offense. High screen. Rolls over to Warner. Warner looking for an opportunity for 3, and it's good. 3-pointer by Charlie Warner. So Smith in. Rotterman over to Gunn. Gunn quickly looks over to Miller. Miller looking for an offensive set. Gets it to Rotterman. Rotterman quickly back to Miller. Sets up the offense. Miller drives baseline to Gunn. Blocked. But it's right back up by Tapler. Nickel quickly up to Welch. Welch back to Nickel. Nickel looks. Olsen to Warner. Warner drives. Push on number 15, Miller for the Royals. So Warner to inbound. Over to Lynch. Lynch quickly looks, gets it back over to Welch. Welch picks up his dribble. Over to Nickel. Nickel drives over to Warner. Warner pump fakes. Looking for an opportunity. Gets it over to Lynch. Lynch to Nickel. Nickel looks low, doesn't see it. Drives. Gets it back out to Olsen for 3. No good. Smith with the ball quickly for the Royals. Smith looks, drives. Stolen by Nickel. Nickel looks up the floor. Gets it quickly to Lynch. And he gets it in. Timeout, HSE. 3 minutes, 12 seconds in the third. Westfield leads 35-32. Want to highlight one of our sponsors this evening, Ivy Tech Community College. Ivy Tech prepares Indiana residents to learn, live, and work in a diverse and competitive environment. To answer any questions on enrolling or general information, you can visit their website at www.ivytech.edu or call them at 317-921-4300. Ivy Tech recently opened up one of their new campuses located in Noblesville. Great opportunity for Hamilton County, and we appreciate Ivy Tech for all their support in our Hamilton County community and here at Hometown Television. So again, 3:12 left to play in the third. This is a nail-biter, 35-32. A lot of ups and downs for both teams here in the second half. HSE called a full timeout, so we'll come out of this timeout and see what they got ready to go. So Smith, the inbound for the Royals. Davidson, the point guard. Davidson looks over to Smith. Over to Miller, back to Smith. Miller rolls. Quickly back over to Smith. Tapler posting up. Miller over to Gunn. That's defended well by Welch. Cross court to Davidson. Davidson guarded by Nickel. Davidson over to Smith. Gunn, back to Smith again. Gunn for three, a long three. Foul! And one. So Gunn with a three-pointer and gets an extra here, or at least an opportunity for an extra. It's up and it's good. At 6'6", 210 pounds, he's a heck of a three-point shooter. Zach Gunn. Miscommunication from the Shamrocks, so it's going to be again HSE ball. Quickly inbounds to Davidson. Davidson brings the ball up the floor. Over to Smith. Smith over to Gunn, who keeps it inbounds. Gunn drives, shoots, no good. Rebound by Warner. Warner to Nickel. Nickel drives and sets up the offense. Low post screen. Coming for Warner. It's not there to Olsen. Olsen looking low. Gets it over to Nickel. Nickel gets it back out to Lynch. Lynch to Warner. High ball screen by Lynch. Warner drives. No good. Rebound by Gunn for the Royals. Smith with the ball. 1:50 left to play in the third. Miller cross court to Davidson. Davidson for three. Foul on the way. Davidson shooting three. Little aggressive by the Shamrocks to get out to the shooters.
Now on Westfield's number 20, that's his first team 7.
First one's up and good. And like I said at that timeout, lots of highs and lows here, battling back and forth. 1:46 left in the third. Etherington into the game for Miller. One more coming for Davidson. And it's good. Davidson with 3 free throws. HSC leads 39-35. Nickel brings the ball up the floor. 1:40 left in the third. Welch will keep it for the Shamrocks. Substitution here. Josh Van Dyke into the game for Nickel. Lynch to inbound. Lynch quickly to Warner. Warner looks, gets it out to Van Dyke. Van Dyke with Smith with pressure. It's a carry. It's going to be HSC ball. 2 costly turnovers and 3 costly fouls, and now they find themselves down by 4 with 1:30 left. HSC with the ball. Over to Davidson. Davidson over to Gunn. Gunn quickly to Etherington. Etherington looks, passes it quickly to Gunn. Gunn drives. Foul on Welch. So Gunn shooting 2. So quick substitution here. First one is good. So substitution, Christensen in for Welch. Gunn with another one here. Gunn is up, and it's good. So Van Dyke bringing the ball up the floor. Going to call a foul on number 30, Noah Smith.
Foul on the Royals, number 30, Noah Smith. That's his second, team 5th.
Christensen to inbound. Ball brought in to Van Dyke. Van Dyke looks, trying to get around Smith. Quickly over to Christensen. Christensen tries to drive baseline, and we got a blocking call on Davidson from the Royals.
Royals, number 3, Jack Davidson, his second, team 6th.
Warner to inbound on the baseline. Lobs it into Lynch. Quickly over to Olsen. Olsen decides not to take it, gets it over to Van Dyke. Van Dyke over to Olsen. Olsen pump fakes, drives. No good. Rebound by Gunn. Quickly to Smith. 34 left to play in the third. HSE leads by 6. The Royals are going to hold for the last shot. .15 seconds left. Over to Gunn. Gunn holds it with 10. High screen by Davidson. Foul on Olsen. And that's going to bring a 1-and-1 for the Royals.
Foul on Westfield's number 31, Sawyer Olsen, is third, team 9.
So Gunn at the line, shooting 1-on-1. It's up and good. 7.2 seconds left in the third. HSE leads 42-35. It's up and it's good. Substitution here. Miller substituted in for the Royals for Gunn. Christensen to inbound the ball. Quickly over to Warner. 5 seconds left. Warner quickly over to Van Dyke. Van Dyke for 3, and it's blocked by Tapler with 0.8 seconds. I would imagine that they're wanting to get the ball to Warner in this 0.8 seconds. Here comes Warner. He's guarded. Olsen for 3, no good. So at the end of the third, the Royals lead 43-35. Want to quickly take a look here. Want to thank some of our, do a highlight here. Want to thank Indiana Restoration Cleaning Services. No job is too small or too big for Indiana Restoration Services. Whether you are a homeowner or a large business experiencing a fire, water, or storm, or a homeowner that simply needs a good carpet cleaning, Indiana Restoration has you covered. You can contact them at 317-776-9942 or visit them online at www.indianarestoration.com. And again, I want to thank all of our sponsors here tonight: Smith's Jewelers, Community Health Network, Church Hittle and Antrim, Ivy Tech Community College, Indiana Restoration Services, Logan Street Signs and Banners, Noblesville Trophies, and the Wofford Theater. Going into the fourth quarter, 8 minutes left, 43-35 HSE leads. A quick couple mistakes by Westfield, and that's all that the difference is here tonight. Inbound to Olson. Olson drives over to Lynch. Lynch quickly down low to Christensen, and it's good. So Smith to Davidson. Davidson brings the ball up the floor. Over to Burns. Burns over to Davidson. Quickly to Miller. That's a travel. So Miller with the travel. It's going to be Shamrock's ball. Christensen to inbound. Inbound to Van Dyke. Smith with pressure. Van Dyke quickly gets it across the half-court line over to Christensen. Christensen looks, gets it over to Warner. Warner drives baseline. Finds Van Dyke for three. It's good! So quickly here in the fourth quarter, 5 points scored in the first 50 seconds of play, and it's 43-40. HSE leads. Burns over to Miller. Miller looks, gets it over to Davidson. Davidson drives, kicks it out to Miller. Miller drives. No good. Rebound by Warner. Warner drives, and it's good. Timeout. Called by Westfield. 6:49 left in the fourth. 43-42. HSE leads. Want to highlight one of our sponsors this evening, Noblesville Trophies. Noblesville Trophies offers a large range of products including sports trophies, corporate awards, and in-house embroidery. Noblesville Trophies provides you with same-day services for those last-minute decisions. Contact them at 317-773-7391 or check them out online at www.noblesvilletrophies.com. Coming into the fourth quarter, Westfield quickly responding with 7 quick points to put them down by 1. We have Davidson, Smith, Miller, Schofield, and Gunn for the Royals. And on the other side, you have Lynch, Olson, Van Dyke, Christensen, and Warner for the Shamrocks. Smith for the Royals brings it up the floor. Smith setting up the offense. Getting to Miller. Miller to Davidson. Back to Miller. Miller quickly looking to drive. Starts the offense. Down to Davidson. Davidson a low block to Schofield. Schofield charged. A push off by Schofield. It's going to be Shamrock ball. Van Dyke inbounds the ball. Slowly gets it up the floor, gets it across half court, quickly gets it to Warner. Warner looks, gets it over to Van Dyke. Van Dyke looking for an opportunity, drives, kicks it back out to Olson. Olson over to Lynch. Lynch to Christensen, back over to Van Dyke. Van Dyke drives, not there, gives it to Christensen. Christensen looks. Doesn't see it, kicks it out. Trying to get it to Warner. Warner puts the ball up at the top, under 6 to play. Warner hesitates, goes, drives, no good. Gunn with the rebound. Gunn gives it over to Smith. Smith brings it quickly down the floor to Miller. Miller to set up the offense. Here comes Smith to Miller. Looking in the low block here. Gunn with the high ball screen. Drive by Smith. No good. Rebound by Christensen. Jump ball. Possession stays with HSE. Schofield shoots, and it's good. Quickly over to Van Dyke, 45-42, 5:20 left to play. Van Dyke drives, kicks it out to Warner. It's going to call travel. So Smith brings the ball up the floor. Smith over to Davidson. Davidson to Gunn. Gunn over to Miller. Miller looks to Davidson. Davidson to set up the offense. Slowly gets it over to Smith. Back to Miller. Davidson down to Schofield. Schofield turns. A charging call on Schofield. That's going to be Shamrock ball. Substitution here. So Rotterman back into the game. Tapler into the game as well. Substituting in for Davidson. So into the game we've got Miller, Tapler, Rotterman, Gunn, and Smith for the Royals. Van Dyke, Christensen, Warner, Olsen, and Lynch for the Shamrocks. Van Dyke down to Lynch. Lynch pump fakes. Travel by Lynch. So Smith with the ball. 4:30 left to play. Smith quickly over to Rotterman. Rotterman looks over to Gunn. Quickly back over to Miller. Miller waits, gets it over to Tapler. Tapler to Miller. Pushing call on number 30, Christensen. They are in the bonus, so they'll be shooting two. First one for Miller. And it's good. 46-42, 4:19 left to play in the fourth. Into the game, Jonah Welch in for Sawyer Olsen. Second shot on the way for Miller. Second one's good. Miller is really taking advantage of the free throws here tonight. Van Dyke drives quickly down the floor. 4-12. And that foul's going to be on Van Dyke. Push-off call. Tapler inbounds to Smith. Smith setting up the ball. Rotterman over to Miller. Miller looks, waits for it, gets it over to Rotterman. Rotterman looks to drive, dishes it back out to Tapler. Tapler quickly trying to get it to the low block, gets it to Rotterman. Rotterman pump fakes, drives, kicks out to Miller. Miller for three, no good. Rebound by Tapler, and it's in. Full timeout by HSE. 3:45 left to play in the fourth. HSE leads 49-42. Want to again highlight one of our sponsors this evening, Wofford Theater. Wofford Theater's purpose is to raise funds for the free classic movies in the park for the community while providing an affordable means of entertainment. If you are interested in renting out the theater for your special event, contact Wofford Theater at 317-773-8300 or visit them online for more information at www.woffordtheater.com. Since I have some more time here, I want to thank all of our sponsors here tonight: Smith's Jewelers, Community Health Network, Church Hill and Antrim, Ivy Tech Community College, Indiana Restoration Services, Logan Street Signs and Banners, Noblesville Trophies, and of course the Wofford Theater. So coming out of this timeout, time becoming a factor for the Shamrocks. Great job by HSE to contain that lead that they've had since the second half. 49-42, 3:45 left to play in the fourth. Tapler, Miller, Gunn, Rotterman, and Smith in for the Royals. Christensen, Van Dyke, Warner, Welch, and Lynch in for the Shamrocks. Warner with the ball. High screen by Christensen. Over to Welch. Welch back to Warner. Got a holding call here on, well, looks like it's holding call on Miller. And that's going to be 2 shots. So it looks like maybe a 1-on-1 here. It's up, and it's good. So Christensen with the first free throw good. Brings the lead down to 6. Second one is in. Shamrocks down by 5. Smith for the Royals brings the ball up the floor. Looks, gets it out to Miller. Miller looks, gets it to Smith. Smith looking to set up the offense. Slows down the game. Plenty of time on the clock. Gets it quickly to Miller. Miller pump fakes. Blocked by Warner. Gets it back, and it's good for 2. Van Dyke with the ball. Got to do something quickly with it here. Down by 7. Gets it over to Lynch. Lynch quickly to Warner. Warner looking for something. Gets it to Van Dyke. Van Dyke over to Christensen. Back over to Lynch. Lynch to Van Dyke. Back over to Welch. Van Dyke with the ball. Gets to Warner. Warner quickly for 3. No good. Miller with the ball. Over to Gunn. Gunn drops it off to Smith. 2:12 left to play in the fourth. Gets it over to Rotterman. Rotterman looks. Going to drive, kicks it back out. Goes to Tapler. Tapler over to Gunn. Gunn trying to get Smith's attention to set up the offense. Under 2 to play. Gunn looks. A charging call on Gunn, and it's going to be the Shamrocks ball. So time becoming a factor for the Shamrocks. 1:52 left in the fourth. HSE leads 51-44. So Van Dyke brings the ball up the floor. Welch trying to get it in to Christensen, and it's not going to happen, so it's going to be Royals ball. 1:38 left to play. Lots of pressure coming by the Shamrocks. Miller to inbound. Tapler Back over to Miller. Miller trying to get it to the point guard. Point guard to Smith. Smith brings it up. 1:30 left to play. Quickly over to Miller. Miller down to Gunn. Gunn back at the Miller. Miller looks. Over to Gunn. Gunn back over to Miller. Westfield's got to put some more pressure here. We're going to call foul on Van Dyke. So Noah Smith at the line to shoot 2. First one's up, no good. Second one for Smith is good. So Christensen to quickly inbound the ball. Gets it to Olsen. Olsen looks, gets it over to Warner. Warner drives. No good. And they slow the ball down here. Smith, under a minute to play. Warner fouls Smith, and he'll go to the line. 52.1 seconds remain. Third foul on Warner. Smith at the line to shoot 2. First one's up, and it's good. Second one is good. Over to Warner. Warner quickly down the court. Dishes out to Welch. Welch to Christensen. It's good. Timeout Westfield. 54-47, 43.5 seconds remain. During this timeout again, want to thank all of our sponsors here tonight for this back-to-back doubleheader. Want to thank Smith's Jewelers, Community Health Network, Church Hiddle and Antrim, Ivy Tech Community College, Indiana Restoration Services, Logan Street Signs and Banners, Noblesville Trophies, and the Wofford Theater. Again, both teams doing a great job here tonight. It's been a ton of fun here tonight. The atmosphere's been great. The games have been great. And of course, more than anything, we're out here for a great cause. Breast Cancer Awareness Night here at the Rock in Westfield. Also, a quick reminder, want to remind everybody that tomorrow there's a game Craig Atkins will be calling at Noblesville. It'll be 7:30 tomorrow evening against Columbus North. That's a boys' game. So Gunn to inbound. Miller going long, gets it over to Bembry. Bembry to Gunn. Gunn quickly down the court. Gets it quickly to Roderman. Roderman down the court. Lots of pressure by the Shamrocks. And there's a foul. He'll go to the line, shoot 2. 30.8 seconds left, 47-54. First one's up, and it's good. Quick substitution here by the Royals. Into the game, Aaron Shank. So Roderman, Smith, Shank, Gunn, and Miller in for the Royals. Quickly got to get it down. Van Dyke rushes down the floor. Kicks it over to Olsen. Olsen to Van Dyke. Van Dyke drives. Tries to kick it out. And it stays here with the Shamrocks. 21.5 seconds remain. Warner to inbound. And it stays with the Royals. Coach of the Shamrocks telling them not to foul with 18.3 seconds left. So that may be the end of the game. So Smith into Davidson. And they foul. 10.5 seconds remain. Welch substituting in for Van Dyke. Well, great job by both teams tonight. It's been a great game to watch. Davidson making it. I think one of the big opportunities that happened here tonight, HSE 4 times down the floor, 2 fouls that led to 7 points, and then 2 turnovers by the Shamrocks, and that's the difference maker here tonight. And that's going to be the end of the ball game here at the Rock. And with that, our doubleheader is in the books. HSE Westfield, great game tonight. HSE boys team wins 58-47. I'm Jack Russell, and it's been great to be here tonight to give you all the action in high school sports in the Hoosier Crossroads Conference. I want to thank both father-son Woffords as well for being out here and helping me out tonight. So all of us at Hometown Television, good night and drive safe.